think there is pressure on Shanahan now because you are now 6-7 years into your run, and the Niners, for the most part, outside of the Trey Lance acquisition, have made all the right moves. The acquisition of Chase Young is interesting because one thing I did notice the last couple of weeks, the Niners pass rush needed some juice. And Bosa just could not get home by himself. So, look, they've lost 3 in a row, but they're 17 games. These things happen. But they're in a position now. Look, home field advantage is going to be important. If I'm the Niners, I do not want to have to go back into Philadelphia in late January. I'll just put it like that. There is a race to get home field advantage in the National Football Conference.
Shit, or Seattle.
Yes.
Let's be real.
Hey, Big Smitty, let's be real. Let's break this Niners thing down real quick since we're talking this Niner thing. And Steve, if anybody could break it down, it's Smitty, I got to ask you guys straight out. Like, this is an issue we've been facing for how long? We add another D lineman. Like, I literally laughed when they took the trade. This is a guy who's always injured. The Commanders couldn't wait to get his ass out of there, just FYI. And now the Niners took another guy that had high praise, high tout out of college, and everybody thought he was going to be the guy. He's been injured for most of his early career. Got rid of that contract Commanders have. Commanders have basically traded Trent Williams and Young for nothing to the 49ers. The history of the trades are unbelievable. Like, the Commanders are getting screwed, but it really hasn't helped the Niners because they still ain't won shit. They've won the same amount of Super Bowls as the Commanders. So here's my point. Here's my point, though, Smitty. I know you're going to go. Here's my point on this. When are we going to stop trading for fucking D linemen and get a goddamn quarterback and stop bringing up all the other excuses as to why these guys can't win? It blows my mind that they have no quarterback still. Like, I'm still tripping. Go ahead. Maybe next year, maybe next week they could go bring fucking Leon Lett back. Like, when are we going to go get a quarterback? I'm just trying to figure this out. But you guys keep touting this guy as the greatest GM and head coach combo of all time. They don't have a quarterback, bro.
Go ahead, Steve.
I would still surmise that they're going to win double-digit games. They will get into the tournament. And look, Chase Young is going to be used as a situational player. He's a third-down edge rusher. That's what he is. And so hopefully a guy like him can get a new mindset in a new surroundings. You know, we've seen this. But they did sound like they gave up a first-round draft choice, Coach. They're taking a flyer on a guy and hopefully be reunited as a bookend of Bosa on third down and longs and see what he could do. Now, he's an undisciplined player. That's been the word. And he's been banged up a lot. So, again, he's probably a guy that at least early on, he's going to play no more than 10 to 15 snaps, I think, situationally the first month here in San Francisco.
Hey, Steve, I look at it the other way. I look at it as an indictment. There's a reason why we didn't give up no good-ass fucking round picks for this guy.
I mean, listen, I'll say this.
There's a book on this guy, Smitty. There's a book out there on this guy.
Well, it's a short book because he's like still a young guy. So, I mean, to write a whole fucking story on him and define him as this undisciplined guy or this cat or whatever, to me, I think it's too soon to do that. Right now, he's on. I'm not saying you. I'm saying that's the word on the street. I've seen the stories too that Steve was alluding to. What I'm saying is this guy's on pace to have his best season so far out of his young season. He has 5 sacks at the midway point. His best season was his rookie year where he had 7.5. So this guy, at bare minimum, he is getting after the quarterback. And what Steve alluded to, Bosa by himself has been kind of struggling just getting to the quarterback in one-on-one situations. I think, teams are full sliding to him. They're chipping on. They're putting 3 to his side. So now you put a guy like Chase Young, who has been good this year. He's still a freak of nature athletically. Put him on the opposite end. Now you kind of got to make a decision. Are we going to slide this way and leave Chase one-on-one? Going to slide to Chase, leave Nick one-on-one, and it will help. To me, the pass rush is the second most important piece to a team behind the quarterback. If you can get after the opposition's quarterback and make him uncomfortable, you will win a lot of games. We've seen it in big-time situations. Mahomes lost Super Bowls. Brady has lost Super Bowls, all against really good to great defensive line play. So
I'd argue the reason I think he's having the best year of his life is because the guy they also just traded away, Sweat, is having the best year of his life and is making the life of Chase much, much easier.
Yeah, but then Bosa will have the same impact on Chase Young then. I mean, that's what Smitty was talking about. I mean,
well, if you look at Chase Young and you watch the backside of football plays, Sweat's making the play at the point of attack. Chase Young's chasing the play down. And if you've watched any games this year, Chase Young is literally the laziest fucking player on the football field. Go watch the games. I've been watching them.
Right. So, Coach, that's why a guy like him, you say you're getting 10 to 15 plays. This is your role on third down. Sometimes less is more. That's what he might be, a situational third down edge rusher.
They got
he may not be a 3-down guy.
They got Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, and Chase Young. You mean to tell me that he's not going to benefit from playing along these other Pro Bowlers and All Pro guys? And you got probably the best linebacker duo right behind you. Like he's going to be
hearing. I'm be honest with you. I'm tired of hearing the fucking who they got. Like I'm tired of hearing who they fucking got. They also got Debo, IU, Kittles. They got fucking McChesney.
We're talking about defense right now. We're talking about the defense right now.
They lose every year, homie. They lose.
Coach,
no, they don't.
Teams every year don't win it.
Steve, say that one more time, Steve, please.
It's not like boxing. There's not 80 guys saying I'm a world champion. There's one team that gets the Lombardi.
Thank you. So, hold on, JB. You keep putting out this wrong message saying that they lose all the time and Shanahan's a loser.
And stop putting Shanahan as the best coach, homie.
It's not about you're not gonna win fucking 10 Super Bowls every single year, JB. Bill Belichick and the Patriots went on a 10-year, on a decade where they didn't win one. They won their first two and they went on a decade without winning.
Stop saying he's the best then. That's my point.
We're not the one saying it. We haven't said it.
No, Smitty does. Smitty loves Shanahan.
I didn't say he's the best. I said he is one of the better coaches in the league. Yes, he is. Like, that's a fact.
He's not.
JB, for real. Like, all bias aside, if you take your team, if you're a perennial double-digit regular season win team, you go to playoffs every single year, and you go to NFC championships multiple times, you are literally one of the best teams and best coaches in the league. It's not an argument. Huh?
You like regular season guys. That's why I can see that. Mediocrity is the new excellence. Fuck it. Let's move on.
It's the totality of everything. This guy's been to the Super Bowl. He's been to multiple NFC championships. JB.
Hey, Lamar, keep winning regular season games. You're the GOAT.
Oh, God. Hey, Coach, but here's the thing. You love Tomlin, and I think Tomlin's a Hall of Famer. From the time Shanahan's been in San Francisco, compare what Tomlin and Shanahan have done in the regular season and postseason.
Thank you.
Eye-opening.
Thank you. Thank you, JB. Thank you.
We're talking about a guy that has rings and a guy that
rings.
don't.
He has
a ring. He has one ring.
And that was in 2008, wasn't it?
I was in 8th grade.
And that was with the team that was kind of built by Cowher. Come on,
you was in Compton still.
It don't matter.
And I love Mike Tomlin. I love Mike Tomlin. But
wait a minute. So you're saying Barry Switzer, that's like that. Jimmy Johnson gets no credit. Barry Switzer in 95, that he really disciplined and led that Cowboy team in 95.
Yeah, anybody was coaching that team. Anybody was coaching that team.
George Seifert in 89. You're telling me that was not Bill Walsh's team? Coach, come on.
Yeah, we discredit, I believe, CEOs and leaders when they take over programs, and we give too much credit to the guy that left and less credit to the guys that's taken over. You never heard a peep out of AB. Not one fucking peep out of the most possibly psychopath wide receivers we've ever seen in football history under Mike Tomlin. He deserves some credit for keeping
he was getting out of hand. AB was
for a long time.
That
guy got out of hand literally after he left. So I'm just like, well, this guy did something to keep that team intact and continuing to win. If you guys' argument is a regular season winner, Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. What are we talking about?
No, listen, I'm talking about. We're not dissing Mike Tomlin. Steve, I believe, I don't want to speak for Steve, but I believe he's saying like we respect the hell out of Mike Tomlin as one of the great coaches. But we're saying in the same breath, you can't look at that and then look at a Shanahan and just say he's trash or he's this or that. Yes, Tomlin has the ring, so yeah, it's okay to put Tomlin ahead of Shanahan. That's totally fine. But all I'm saying is that regular season does matter. Why? Because without the regular season, there's no playoffs. So I hate this whole argument of like, fuck the regular season. Well, no, the regular season matters. You like the regular season, just go 7 and go 7 and 10. No, that matters. And when you go to the NFC Championship multiple times, and then you go to a Super Bowl and you are a play away from winning a Super Bowl with Jimmy G as your quarterback, that to me matters. Now you're right. There is pressure on him to win because of the talent that they have accrued on that roster. I agree with that. But if you are one of the last 4 or 2 teams left in the NFL for multiple seasons, even if you don't win, you're still one of the best coaches in the NFL at that time. Because think about all the other coaches that are sitting at home on their couch watching the NFC Championship game. That's my point. Then
Sean McVay is one of the best coaches of all time. So anyway, let's move on.
Wait a minute. We never said that.
That's your guys' rationale. That's your guys' rationale.
You're not about to say a bar like that and then try to move on. Now,
he's not the hottest wife of all time for an NFL coach. In respect to you, McVay. Good job on that.
They had a baby, by the way. Had a baby.
Well, congratulations to them.
Ever. Sean McVay is the best coach of all time, according to Smitty.
Oh, good. What?
We're not having an all-time conversation. We're talking about right now.
Literally, that shit is crazy to me. Dude, McVay gets so much. I mean, this guy Shanahan gets so much credit, and I'm just like, God damn it, he still hasn't done anything.
You know what? You're right. Shanahan's a horrible coach, JB. I'm sorry. I've been enlightened on this show. He's a horrible coach. He never wins anything at all. He's a horrible GM. He doesn't bring talent to the team. The 49ers suck. Shanahan should be fired. You're right. I'm sorry.
Hey, if I was the owner, I'd fire him.
Yeah, you would lose our game.
The Yorks wouldn't.
I'd fire his ass. I mean, all right, Steve. Let's transition. If they don't win again, let's just say they go on this losing streak, which they are right now, and the Seahawks win the West, as I predicted on this show. JB Damas. I'm JB Damas. Where do you go? So this Seattle team that nobody really thought too much of, they go get 2 big D-line additions, by the way, that I think are way better than the 49ers got. So we go anchor that defense down, which has been a lot better than we thought in the beginning of the season. Geno continues to get better with these wideouts, continue to run the football with what they're doing. They win the West as they're going to do. Pete Carroll owns Shanahan, by the way, when all things are equal, roster-wise. I think it's back to equal. I think Seattle will win the next one they play and in the playoffs. But that's here and there. Where are we at the end of the season when the Niners lose again early and we're still making excuses for him? How many excuses can we make for this guy before? I'm just asking a serious question. At what point do we say, all right, we've wasted McCaffrey, we've wasted Trent Williams, we've wasted the best linebacker core in football, we've wasted the best new young safety that runs downhill that is blowing people up. He's going to be wasted. We've wasted Deebo Samuel and Ayuk and George Kittle, which is probably one of the best tight ends in football. We're wasting these dudes. At some point, they're going to be older, and now we're going to be like, okay, what's going on? We don't have a quarterback in the building still. By the way, you have a quarterback that threw 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in Super Bowl history and never lost. And we have another guy named Steve Young who came in there and did pretty much the same thing. When do we say, all right, we win here? We win here on the back of quarterback play. When does the head coach take the goddamn accountability? I'm just asking for a friend.
I thought we were transitioning. I mean, let's let this play out. I mean, if Shanahan goes to the playoffs again and they win a game or 2, I don't think his job's in jeopardy.
Last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm done off it. JB always says how great, and he says these 2 are not friends, but he always praises this guy, Jim Harbaugh, as far as his overall coaching status and how great of a coach he has been throughout his career, both in college and NFL. I don't remember this guy winning a Super Bowl. I don't remember this guy winning a national championship either at Michigan. But this guy gets praised as well. So I don't know. My only thing is I would say to JB is keep that same energy with everybody. Be consistent with everybody because I don't forget. I remember everything you say, JB. So just keep that same energy, and I'm done. I digress.
Okay, so let me defend this real quick since we're on Judge Judy today. Harbaugh inherited a Niners team that was so bad that was on the bottom of the NFC West. Steve, were they not? Did Harbaugh not inherit a 49ers team that was fucking horrible? By the way, You want to compare records? Harbaugh went 44-19, homie, at the 49ers in much less time than Shanahan. 44-19. Are you even considering?
Right, but Coach, you're going. Yeah, but your point is it's either you win it all or you're terrible. Well, that's not what we're saying.
Thank you.
No, I say this: if Harbaugh would have stayed in 49ers, he would have won Super Bowls. He was just
if it's
getting
a
that
fifth,
thing
we all
built.
be drunk.
I
I don't know what would have happened.
He took a team to the Super Bowl without a quarterback. Colin Kaepernick was horrible. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but then he should have stayed. Look, Butch Davis should have been the original Nick Saban, except he wanted to get into a pissing contest with the UM, and he let Larry Coker win his titles. I think more coaches need to start, and again, not you, Coach, but I'm sick of coaches leaving good situations only for the money, and money's important, and then saying, I should have won a title. Well, you didn't, dumbass, because you ought to think about your legacy once in a while. I think someone needs to tell coaches, hey, guys, winning a title can be great for your life. Stick around. If Butch Davis sticks around in Miami 3 more years, he's probably making more money than he did at Cleveland. But these coaches are every bit the mercenaries the players are. So maybe we ought to have that discussion. Maybe you coaches ought to get together. Hey, guys, sometimes we're actually good where we're at. We're actually good in our situation. The grass is not – the coaches can be every bit the moronic assholes the players are. Oh, maybe that's a discussion people ought to have.
I say it all the time. Coaches screw this thing up, not the players. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Coaches screw the thing up, not players. I say it all the time. I've been saying it forever. Harbaugh 44-19. Your boy is 57-47.